Faculty of Computer Science Open House. My name is Andrew Rao Chapman, and I'm the Dean of the Faculty. And it's a pleasure to welcome you to this digital open house. So, why study computer science? Well, if you think about it, technology is reshaping the world. It's as a discipline, computer science offers opportunities for creativity, individual work, and collaborative work. In fact, the future opportunities in computing are near endless. Think about the last 9 months. Think about how this digitization and computing have supported the world through this pandemic. Really, computing is fundamentally changing one business after another. It doesn't matter whether you're in oil and gas or medicine, healthcare or policing. Computer science and digital tools are fundamentally changing what you can do. It's also a very rewarding discipline. It's intellectually interesting. It has a kind of sense of craft about it. You build things both individually and in teams. It has a lovely sense of abstraction. When you think deeply about problems, pull them apart, build abstract structures, and then figure out how to solve the independent problems that they're posed. It's also rewarding in the sense that it leads to high-paying opportunities in a discipline that has ultra-low unemployment. There are great careers, and I mean great careers here in Nova Scotia, if that's what you want, elsewhere in Canada, and in fact globally. And lastly, it's an extraordinarily flexible discipline. You might think of it as a degree for the undecided. It mixes and matches with other disciplines in an incredible way. Interested in health sciences? Think about how computing is impacting medicine, whether it's AI being used to diagnose skin cancers, whether it's in sort of statistics and population analytics, music, entertainment. You can blend a degree in computer science with whatever other passions you have. This is a Faculty of Computer Science. That's an unusual structure. We're really the leading center for the study of computer science in Eastern Canada. We have 2 core undergraduate degrees, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about those later. Over 120 different courses, and we're one of Canada's U15 research-intensive universities. You might say, well, how does that connect to my education and the courses that are going to be in? Well, it means that the person standing at the front of that classroom is really at the bleeding edge of their area. They not only understand computing as it's occurred in computing today, but they have real insight into where computing is going tomorrow. And the faculty as a whole, in addition to having very strong curiosity-driven research programs, has very strong links with industry and applied computing. When you're in the faculty, you're going to have an opportunity to work with professors and really world-class research groups in areas like machine learning and artificial intelligence, network systems, cybersecurity, human-computer interaction, really studying the human in the context of the technology, graphics, digital health, bioinformatics. So really an opportunity to explore different areas of computing and find your niche, the place where you feel most comfortable, most excited about the underlying work. So I mentioned we have 2 undergraduate degrees. And this is worth a little bit of commentary. Why 2 degrees? How are they different? So on the one hand, we have a Bachelor of Computer Science degree. This is really focused on becoming a creator of new software technologies. If you think about the courses that it focuses on, it's really programming, development, mathematics, and depth inside computer science. The key values here are a culture of coding and design, of building things, craft. Key skills, problem solving, design, analysis, coding, the capacity to work with others to build things, technical excellence. So in this degree, we're looking for grade 12 English, pre-calculus, and 3 other acceptable university courses. The applied computer science degree, so the Bachelor of Applied Computer Science. So the focus here is slightly different. It's really about bridging the gap between technology and business. Really having the technical skills, but also the management skills to harness new software technologies for organizational good. You can think of this as a 70-30 degree. 70% technology, 30% management. So in terms of courses, exactly the same core programming courses and development courses that you would take in the Bachelor of Computer Science, but less mathematics, and that mathematics is replaced by management. Really looking here for breadth in computer science and management. The key values, empowering organizations through the use of technology. We're looking for people who are problem solvers. They're interested in design, communication, coordination, and organizational excellence. In terms of requirements, gain grade 12 English, academic math, and 3 acceptable university courses. I want to point out that whether you're thinking about the Bachelor of Computer Science or Bachelor of Applied Computer Science, no experience is necessary. You don't need to have ever written a line of code. If you're enthusiastic about technology, enjoy your smartphone, enjoy playing around on the computer, you have all the background that you need. You know, it's kind of interesting. Every year we admit students who are enthusiasts, who've been coding for 3 or 4 years, and we admit students who have never written a line of code. And the interesting thing is, at the end of the first year, you can't tell these 2 groups apart. Okay? If you look in the grade point average, the highest grades are as likely to be amongst those who have never written a line of code as those who have been coding for some time. So, what other things come with computer science? Well, one opportunity that's an incredible opportunity for all students is to do a degree by cooperative education. This is an opportunity you start at the end of the second year and you alternate a work term and with industry being paid, followed by an academic term, followed by a work term, followed by an academic term throughout the remainder of your degree. By the end of your degree, you will have taken 3 different industrial work terms. Maybe you focused in on cybersecurity, that's what you knew you wanted to do, and you did one in cybersecurity. Actually, I want to try something else. Maybe the second term, you go to a gaming company. Maybe the third term, you decide you want to explore, one of the big, web scale companies, Google or Amazon. So that's one kind of pattern, a chance to sample different things in different areas of computer science. Alternatively, some people start with a company, they love it, they go back a third time, and in a vast majority of cases, they have an offer before they graduate for well-paid full-time employment. Co-op opportunities over the course of 3 co-ops average about $10,000 per co-op term. Some of them can be considerably higher. There are lots of opportunities, and we manage that whole process for you. We have a fantastic site co-op office. They find the placements, you apply and interview, and you have an opportunity to really explore. I can't stress enough how well the experience of working informs the classroom. And the classroom, of course, informs the experience of working. So as I mentioned, there are great careers in Nova Scotia. I'm going to be brief on this, but tech is booming here in Nova Scotia. It's become the third largest export industry. There are many anchor national companies. There are fantastic local companies. And there's an opportunity to graduate into an area that is very well paying and which there's an incredible amount of flexibility. Um, there's an opportunity now to really work for companies no matter where they are in the world and live here. And computing is something that really permits that. So what's the experience of being in the faculty? Well, in addition to really strong sequences of courses, we have a very rich extracurricular activities. I'm going to point to just one of them, Shipkey Labs. It's our innovation and entrepreneurship space. It's a place to do hackathons, have fireside chats with founders of startups, join the Discovery program, which is really building a small startup of your own, do advanced workshops in the latest technology. It's driven largely by participation by industry, and it's a chance to interact and get a sense of where in this space you're most excited. But of course, we also have fantastic student societies. Uh, we have Geek Beer, Snowball. There is a host of extracurricular activities for you to join. I think we're at a point when it's really clear that computer scientists are going to build the world that we live into. Everything, every dimension of life is being more and more influenced by computing. And because as a designer of systems and programs, your values, your outlook, your background shape what you build. It's extraordinarily important that computer scientists as a group represent Canada as a group. So we're really engaged in our Real All CS campaign. It reaches out to groups that are underrepresented in computer science, particularly women. There's clear research that indicates that diversity of gender, race, skills simply produces better outcomes, and companies today know it. And so with our industry partners and our fantastic WITS, Women in Technology student group, there are active first-year peer mentorship programs. We have Women in Tech scholarships. And the Women to Tech Society runs a really engaging set of interactive workshops around leadership, around all sorts of areas of computing and interaction. We host members of the faculty to go to both national and international Women in Tech conferences. And this is really an area of focus for us. We have now a large and extremely powerful cohort of women in the faculty that we're really pleased to have you join. So scholarships, I'm just going to say that we have a range of scholarship opportunities. Of course, the university has scholarships that are based on high school grade point averages, and those are open to you. We also have scholarships related to these two undergraduate degrees. I'd encourage you to look at them. $5,000 a year, we have multiple awards per year, and we're really looking for people who are passionate and engaged about computing. You can do these applications in a couple of hours, and we really would encourage you to do so. So that's a brief introduction to what we have to offer. I wish we were standing in the computer science building together. I wish I could answer your questions directly, but there will be a question and answer session at the end. Normally on a day like this, we would have tons of hands-on activities in which you could directly experience the instruction and computer science as a discipline. I hope to see you. Please consider joining us. Apply today for computer science.
My name is Zaid Islam, and I'm a third-year computer science student enrolled in the co-op program at Dalhousie University. I also happen to be the Vice President External for the Women in Tech Society. And today I wanted to answer some questions and share my experience about remote learning and remote working, because I've been doing that a lot. And in addition to that, I wanted to speak a little bit about the Women in Tech Society and the events and programs that we host. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them at the end of the session, and I will try to answer those at the best of my knowledge. So I wanted to start by talking about the Women in Tech Society, since I've been a part of it ever since I joined DAL as a female identifying student majoring in a STEM field. I'm not gonna lie, I was always a bit intimidated by the strength of the degree that I was pursuing, but I was always aware of the opportunities I would receive if I were to take on to that challenge. Being a part of a society that had a large array of members from different backgrounds, different perspective, I was able to approach these opportunities even better through events, volunteering, other programs that were hosted both internally and externally. One such program that I want to mention is the peer mentorship program, which has been popular over the years. We have a peer mentorship program that is in place to support the first year female identifying students by pairing them with mentors who have basically been there and done that. These mentors are from upper years, and they're also studying computer science or maybe bachelor in applied computer science, and they've been involved with the systems of computer science. They have done their co-ops, some of them have chosen minors, and they have knowledge to guide first year students with any questions that they may have to prepare them before they can start their co-ops or before they can choose a minor or maybe even another major and other stuff like that. There are other events as well that we host or we collaborate in. One event is the We Talk Tech that has gained popularity over the years. This is an event where we invite industry professionals to come and speak to our members and answer any questions they may have about the industry or what is it like to be a leader in a tech field. All that being said, I can understand that the concern today is how are these things handled virtually? Or how are students keeping track of these events or even course related updates? And I completely understand that. I am dealing with it right now. As I said, I'm in my third year and I started studying remotely this fall. I also finished my entire summer co-op remotely, all from home, and I've realized it is so, so important to be organized and to organize the online materials. And it's really okay to miss out any piece of information, right? But what's important is to reach out to people. What's important is to understand that you're not in this alone. I am not in this alone. Everyone is in the same boat as us, and it's completely fine to ask questions, to ask if you feel like you've missed out on a piece of information. That is completely fine. I have personally felt that over the last 2 months that communicating has really improved the way that I pursue my online education. I'm speaking to you from far across Nova Scotia. I'm here in my home country, and there's a big difference. But I don't think that has particularly affected my education, just because I made sure that I communicated the time difference to all the professors who I'm taking courses with, and they've all been so very supportive. Even my peers, they've been so supportive and helpful. There are resources available to help you out, be it societies, be it the faculty itself. What's important is to reach out to them. So, having said all that, as you can understand, my biggest advice would be to communicate. If you have any questions, ask them. Ask them to someone. Maybe they won't have the answer, but they can direct you to someone who may have an answer. So, that's all I can say for today. And if you have any questions related to co op, related to remote learning, or even the Women in Tech Society and the events that we host, ask them towards the end of the session. And other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, and take care of those around you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. My name is Matt Peachy. I am a fourth-year student in the Bachelor of Computer Science program. I'm here to talk to you today briefly about my experience with the program and some of the things that you may be able to expect as you begin your own journey in either the Bachelor of Computer Science or the Bachelor of Applied Computer Science programs. So I have had the pleasure of working through the co-op program as well alongside with my studies. And so I was able to find myself at three very different but also three very exciting co-op placements. And so my goal with the co-op program was always to try a little bit of everything because it's such a short-term commitment with only being one term. I thought it was good to try out new things and see what I like best. One of the more interesting ones that I did was my third and final co-op, which I did here in the summer of 2020. And I actually had the opportunity to work as a research role, which was funded by the USRA award, which the Faculty of Computer Science here gives out to students that are interested in doing undergraduate research. And so I would certainly recommend this as a potential co-op placement if you're interested in doing research at all, like I am. And so one of the big things that's really cool, I think, about computer science and why I was always drawn to the program was that it's very easy and very soon into starting the journey that you're able to start solving real-world problems using the skills that you develop through this degree. And so an example of that is, as we all know, our back to campus plan has been very limited this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Thankfully, the Faculty of Computer Science has been working very hard to have a seamless as possible transition for us. But as you can probably expect, in other faculties, such as the Faculty of Health, they actually rely in their labs with in-person components that aren't so easily moved online. And so as part of their back to campus plan, they needed a way to do contact tracing for the individuals that were entering their lab. And so a project that I was able to be involved with was actually creating a web application for them so that each of the students, as they were entering their lab, would fill out their information and have it stored on a temporary basis so that in case, in the unfortunate event of there being a confirmed case, that the Faculty of Health would then be able to know who was in the building at the same time and effectively and quickly handle their contact tracing solutions. And so why I think this is great is because I didn't have a ton of programming experience by any means when I started my degree 3 years ago, but it just goes to show that even in that limited amount of time, you develop enough skills that you're able to solve these real-world problems in a meaningful way that is able to help the folks around you for sure. And so we're very much looking forward to seeing you hopefully on campus next year. If not, there have been wonderful ways of staying in touch and being connected with the faculty and with the peers in your program. And so regardless of whether we're in person or online, we're all looking forward to seeing you next year. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Dr. Angela Siegel. I'm a senior instructor here in the Faculty of Computer Science and the program director for our Bachelor of Applied Computer Science program. I got the best question of the bunch, which is, what is computer science? And the answer is, it's almost everything. I'm going to break it down into three different pieces, and those are, who are we? What is it that we do? And why is it important that we do it? So first of all, address the who. And the who is virtually everybody. In my years teaching computer science, I've taught students from almost every continent, everyone except Antarctica. I'm still hoping to hit that one day. And the students that we have are diverse in many different ways. The most interesting being that they bring with them so many different interests and sets of experiences, Because computer science applies to almost every field, it means that you can be a computer scientist and be interested in oceanography as well, or be interested in working at the interface of computer science and psychology. So the students come with so many different backgrounds and areas that they're interested in exploring. And we can do that within this field, which is, I think, what is so exciting about it. Which brings me to the next topic. What is computer science? I like to say it is what you make it, because we do intersect with so many different topics. Everything that we're doing these days involves a computer. And so to that end, you can find yourself working in almost any area. And I think that's what makes it so much fun. It's always changing and always new. So what is computer science? It is so many different things. It's not just sitting down with a keyboard and writing code. It's so much more than that. It involves sitting down with business clients that we are building things for and understanding what their needs are, mapping that to what has to happen, and solving problems so that we can develop a solution that works for everyone. It's teamwork and collaboration. It's so many different things. Within the field, you can decide what fits best for you. If you really enjoy working with others and solving problems at a conceptual level, maybe you're ready to be that interface between the business needs and the development team. If what you really enjoy doing is sitting down with the computer and writing out code, there's a home for you as well. Being a computer scientist is not one thing. It is many different things. And as long as you have an interest in solving problems and understanding the way that we can build and shape this new world, there's a place for you in computer science. So why is this important? Well, take a look around you. Computers are everywhere. No matter where you are, you'll find yourself surrounded by computers in various ways. You're likely holding one in your hand right now. And depending on how your home is set up, there could be computers driving so many different aspects of your life. For every other industry to succeed, we have to be alongside them to help make that happen. Within our faculty, we have members that are pushing the boundaries of medicine and oceanography and so many different fields. You can't even begin to imagine where the limits of computer science are. If you're interested in creating the future that we live into, computer science might be right for you.